Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Craig's Garage. Ooh, sorry, just woke up and the voice isn't working. But today the Wildcats returned. So I think our last episode it's either Automotion or we got the Skylark running. As some of you guys know, and some of you don't, the Wildcat blew up again. So we got the Skylark running. Life's been pretty rough and I needed to hear my car. And this car has saved my life countless times. The Skylark, this car we're talking about, just so we're more clarified on which vehicle we're talking about. I bought Skylark when I was 16. It got me through COVID, parents getting divorced, and a bunch of other heavy shit that went on. So it's got a lot of sentimental value. So Skylark, a beautiful car, is ready for the car show. Poughkeepsie Car Show is the 20th. I think today is... Oh, what is today? Today's like the 29th? Take a look here. Today... Which means I got 20 days to get this car done. So, that's staying in there this episode. What we're doing today is we're going to make the roof look factory. We SOS padded the rest of the car, which we're going to do it again in this episode, which I'll probably just do off camera. And we got a lot of the paintwork back. This was all looking like that. A lot of dirt, build, grime up, stuff like that. And this car was a factory vinyl top. So I half-assed, just for shits and giggles, what it would look like. No primer, nothing, and I just rattle canned it a tiny bit. And it looks like shit, so we're going to make it look like you took shit and put makeup on it. So that's the goal. So we're going to be... Well, where did I put it now? What the fuck? Where'd I go with it? Well, anyways, we got our engine paint. We're going to make this on a cheap budget. Super cheap. I think it was like $40 in total. So we got wash container, SOS pads. You can find these at like a Dollar General or any grocery store. It's just soapy kind. And I got some water. Got myself a super cheap white towel because that's the right thing to do. And I'm gonna SOS pad this, and you can hear all the gunk that's on it and all the leftover glue from the vinyl top. So I'm gonna SOS pad, and then we're gonna primer with the gray engine primer. I found out that this paint works really good. It sticks really nice, and it's a real pain in the ass to get off. So as an example of how something turned out, this was on a cheap $100 budget. With the LED lighting, it kind of makes it glare. I might put in another coat, but this was a cheap fix-up. So if you guys want to see how that turned out, go check that video out. So I'm going to pile ourselves into a time-lapse, crank the tunes up, and I'm going to strip this all off, get her all nice and clean looking, and pray that we can make it look better. I would like to see what the car looks like factory, with its black roof and the silverish paint. Eventually, one day here, this car will have a factory vinyl top back on it. So this is more of a sealer and to make people mad. So if I'm one of the things that just made you mad, I'm glad I can make your day. So with no further ado, I'm going to tape stuff off, get some newspaper up, and let's kick some ass. Alright, roof is cleaned. At least the best I can get it. This stuff is caked on here pretty good. But it's smoother now. So, the glue residue is the best I can get it. Again, I'm not looking for making it showroom quality. I just want it to be sealed up a bit more. So, that's all I'm really looking for. And then it's just a fun video. Because eventually I will be putting a new top on it, but I gotta do body work. I gotta cut the window and stuff apart, so why not, have some fun and experiment with it a bit. So let's see how shitty we can make this look. So like right here you can feel the roof's dented. The roof is actually chewed apart right here. So like this roof shot, but it doesn't leak except one spot. So again, I'm just doing this for fun, so I don't really care what people have to say. I'm doing it for me. Right here, where I think this is where they weld it. The seam gets welded for the roof. So, and it's cracking. I'm going to put some filler in there at some point after I get done painting it. So I'm going to tape windows off and tape the chrome first. Then I'll tape windows and stuff down, and we'll get her looking pretty good here. So I guess we'll jump into another time lapse, and we'll just slowly tape windows off, and then we'll hit it with some primer. I got some newspapers and stuff with. So let's see how much we can fuck this up. paint tape is on. Paint tape. Huh. Caught myself. I ran out. So I can only do the half there, so I'll be somewhat careful where it goes. I'm gonna put a bit there, so because we're only painting from here up, so I'll be kind of a splash zone. And if anything gets on the window, I'm gonna hit it with a heavier SOS pad. So I did my best for first time actually doing paint stuff. So if you guys have any tips and tricks, kind of help out with any of this, just let me know. So note to self, I need more tape. So I'm gonna lay some primer down and see how shitty this is gonna look. So it's gonna look probably pretty bad, but you know, from a distance at nighttime, it'll look pretty good. So also we have somebody stabbed it at some point. So again, the roof is shot. If you look at it in the sunlight, she's got some dents to her. She ain't perfect, you know, and I'm gonna do my best to make it look perfect. So I'm gonna jump back into a time lapse. You guys can watch me paint from up above. We'll hit the back half, so these sections, and then I'll set you guys back up on top with the camera stand. Behold, the really crappy primer job. I don't know why the light here is making shadows and what. It's not that bad. So, you guys can see, it looks pretty good. You know, for a rattle cans. I used up some of the stuff that I had left over. So, and I've wiped the top off. So, there's no more dust on it. So I'm gonna start spraying some black paint and I'm good to go. You can see the that shit's there still. So back into another time lapse. bam. For a cheap paintwork, it is done. Now you can kind of see what looks like dust. I'm gonna hit it with an SOS pad super lightly and get some of this, and then throw a clear coat onto it. It's like very light tacky, so it has hardened, but it's still finishing. So I'm gonna pull all the tape off. We'll get a better idea of what this will look like. So kind of hope it turned out good. So I'll do the clear coat a different day, you know, so I'll be more than happy to repaint it, but, you know. So I'll get some paint marker and so the paint marker will be to fill in the gaps there. Boy, that looks really fucking good, actually. Huh. Quite exciting. Sorry, made some food. Dude, look at that. Wow, that's a completely different transformation. Holy cow. You can see all the paint dust. This is taped, and this wasn't. So there was a lot that came into there. It'll look really nice when I get it scuffed up and cleaned and coated. So, one of the guys mentioned I should try a turbo jet can next time. Apparently, them spray really nice and wide. So, but for a cheap budget, it looks really good. Tape was a little over too much in some spots, but that's all right. We'll paint it by hand for that section. Wow, that is crazy. Now if only that thing drove. I'm kind of curious how this tape pull is going to be. Not too bad. Maybe help if I had my camera on it the entire time. If I had some clean water, we could hit up that top, but we finished what was left when we SOS padded it the first time. I don't know if I want to use dirty water on that, but boy, is that a fucking difference. Even from afar, it don't look too bad. Yeah, the glue All the leftovers are still there, but looks surprisingly really well. I like it. I approve. So we'll have to come in here. I'll hit this with like get some of the engine paint in a bowl and hit this with a brush a few times type deal. So yeah. Alright guys, paint is somewhat done on the Wildcat. I didn't know if I made an ending to the video. I think we did some walk around and that was it. Off camera I scuffed up the paint and kind of blended in that heavier section I was telling you about. And I'm going to order some wipe on clear coat, and we're going to clear coat it. We're also going to clear coat the car, so I kind of figured we'll do that in another episode, see how it's going to turn out. So with no further ado, that's going to be the end of it, and I shall see you all in the next episode. So thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned, and hopefully we make it to this car show next week. So I just bought an engine for the Wildcat as well. So adios.